Hey Sean, can you hear me?
I can. It informed me that recording is in progress. That sounds sketchy.
So how are you today, Sean?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing good, Sean. Good to see you. How's the
Good
day
to see
so
you as
far?
well. Crazy. Sorry, I was late getting into this. I do a Brazilian jiu-jitsu in the mornings, and the link came through when I was in class. And I'm like, no. So yeah, we're,
That's
we're,
cool.
we're good.
That's cool, Sean. That's cool. So, Sean, you recently put up a single, Hardcore Hillbilly. So, can you tell me a bit about this particular single?
Yeah. So what the song is about, and for those who aren't familiar with me, um, my family is from the deep south, but am educated and speak in a normal American accent. so so a lot of folks are like, man, you don't sound like you from down there. But no, my family is from down there. But the song's about I have friends that are all over the political spectrum. I have friends from all kinds of different ethnic backgrounds, and the song is just about putting all that aside and having fun. And if there's two things that are important, it's probably listening to more Def Leppard and getting down. So that's kind of the whole gist of the song. It's like we as human beings, no matter where we're from, can't agree on much, but I think we can agree that two things are awesome, and one of them's Def Leppard. So
That's cool. That's cool. And you are also in the process of making an album probably by end of this year. So, how is that coming up?
yeah, album's done. So the album's essentially been done for probably like 7 or 8 months. We started recording it in January of 2020. Got a couple of the songs finished recording, and then played like 2 shows, and then the whole world basically shut down.
Oh, yeah.
So we couldn't even get back into the studio until June, and then I had written like 3 new songs at that point, just sitting in my house doing nothing. And one of them that I wrote was 6 Feet Apart, which I put out back in October. So we got into, we were able to do the one song just because the guy's schedule was booked until Christmas at that point. And then we were able to get back in and finish things up between November and like February of last year. And then we've just been waiting to put it out because things keep getting crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard the same story from like everybody you've interviewed that they've been sick. So it's done. So we're gonna keep putting singles out all throughout the rest of the year, and then we'll probably drop the rest of the album like sometime around New Year's.
Sounds
So
good.
well, I'm hoping we're gonna do 3 more singles before we drop the rest of the record, though. That's the plan anyway.
That sounds
Yep.
And that's gonna go with the video or just the single you're gonna be releasing?
We're hoping it's from the radio. It all depends on, it's all a numbers game these days, you know what I mean? So Hard Rock Hillbilly has done pretty well so far, and we're hoping to be able to get that onto some terrestrial radio. Lawn Chair, I just re-released that one in May, but when I first put it out in 2018, it charted for terrestrial radio on the country charts. I think it got to like number 6, and that was for all the independently owned radio stations in America. So that was pretty good. So we're hoping that things keep going, and we can like get on the road and do stuff again.
That sounds awesome. So, you have any plans that's already been set for you for a touring?
No, but I had a lot canceled. so we're trying to get that figured out. Like we had all kinds of stuff on the table for 2020. We were even talking about doing stuff in Europe and possibly Asia. And it was like, you get the phone call. You're like, hey, this stuff ain't gonna go down so smooth. So all that stuff kind of fell through, and we're just trying to get stuff resituated. But we're playing with Buck Cherry at the House of Blues in Cleveland this Tuesday, and just trying to get stuff booked. And if we can get touring booked, like by the end of the year, I'd be happy, because we've had a bunch of shows with other bands that are touring that have gotten canceled. So it's like I almost don't even want to try and put forth the effort at this point. Like oh, I'll wait. I'm good. I can hang out for a few more months and we'll be all right.
That's good. Sounds good. And from MTV to a lot of projects, been into music for quite a while. So how has the road been for you so far?
The road in general,
Yeah.
it's been fun, man. Like I've done all kinds of stuff, and anybody that wants to go to my website, which is shawnperry.country, and just check out my bio, it's, you know, I've had the pleasure throughout my life to open up for most of the bands that I grew up, you know, they were my heroes. And it's been cool. And I got to work for MTV a little bit, but unfortunately it was like 5 or 10 years after it would have been actually cool to work for MTV. But it was fun. It was cool. It got me in front of a lot of eyeballs, and, you know, helped my metal band Switchblade Scarlet get on some real big festivals and all that kind of stuff. So it's been fun. I mean, you know, I don't know if you've ever done any traveling as a musician or if anybody listening has, but I mean, some of the funnest shows I've ever done have been, you know, hole in the walls in the middle of nowhere where people have nothing else to do, and then people come out crazy for that stuff. So that's always a good time, you know. So it's been a fun ride, man.
Yeah, sounds great, Shawn. And you've been with like some of the, I could say some of my childhood heroes like Guns N' Roses, Poison,
Yep.
Warren, lot of bands. So how has the experience to be on the road with them?
Yeah, we got to play with Guns N' Roses at Rocklahoma in 2012. That was my metal band that did that, and it was awesome, man. Like we, you know, we had the whole all access passes and whatnot. We didn't get to meet Axl because apparently nobody gets to meet Axl. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But like,
Yeah.
you know, you try to be cool. I mean, I was in the same room with Ron Thal and DJ Ashba, like in the back. Didn't really get a chance to talk to him. But the cool thing was we got to watch the whole show from the press pit. So at these big festivals, there's like a 15 or 20 foot, you know, barrier between the stage and the audience. So I was able to sit there and, you know, watch Guns N' Roses and Chicken Foot, and I'm like slapping Joe Satriani in the leg, like, yeah, dude, you know, the whole thing. So it was pretty cool, man. So and typically when we do those sorts of things, like, you know, like we're playing with Buck Cherry on Tuesday, and if it's like every other show that we've played with bands like that, you know, probably the singer won't come out, but we'll get to meet some of the other guys in the band, you know, and that typically is how it goes with that kind of stuff. But some bands are cool, like, you know, we did stuff with The Darkness, and I got to hang out with Justin Hawkins. He was real cool, and he and I talked about him possibly producing a record for my band, and, you know, it just didn't work out schedule wise and whatnot, but he was real cool. And, you know, most folks are cool. The ones that you think would probably not be a good time to meet are usually not a good time to meet, and the ones that you think would be a good time to meet usually are. So it's, for the most part.
Sounds good, sounds good. And once the album is released, so what would be the plans for you to go on?
You know, it being 2021, everything is up in the air right now. So I mean, we obviously want to get on the road and, you know, go play festivals, do touring and all that kind of stuff. But between now and the end of the year, we're not going to really try and do too much of that, just because, like we talked about earlier, with the pandemic still going on and everybody and their mom canceling tours and tour dates and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to focus on doing really rad music videos and try to get, you know, songs maybe placed in film or TV and work that end of it so we can set ourselves up for some good stuff in 2022.
Sounds good. And Shawn, if you want to try something new from what you're actually doing, what would you be doing?
That's hard to say because I do so much stuff on top of the music. I do, I do voiceovers, I do acting, I make videos, I help people with advertising, I compete in martial arts. So I don't know. The only what new I would do other than maybe take vacations, which I would like. I think that's the something new I should probably try. I don't know. What do you think I should do? What do you think would be fun?
Probably go on act on a movie.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that stuff. I actually recently did a pilot for a guy was like doing a spec script for a Harry Potter thing, and I was a dirty dark wizard in that. So I mean, I do crazy. So they're like, you know, they hear that I can actually fight and stuff, and they're like, ooh, let's get this guy in there. So, all right, let's do it. You know, so. But yeah, if you're listening out there, Disney, I am totally available. I already got my Jedi beard. I'm ready to go for a Star Wars property. Call me.
That's the best thing, Shawn. And Shawn, what would be the dream for you?
Being in a Star Wars movie would be the dream. Now, my life goal and my business plan for my music it's real short. It's 2 words: play stadiums. That's my whole business plan. Like that's where I want to get to eventually, man. Like I like playing big shows, and I've never played a stadium. I've played festival dates that are arguably bigger than stadiums, but I've never played stadiums, and that's my goal. That's my end game, is that, you know, I don't care how I get there. I don't care if it's opening up for somebody else. I don't care if it's my music or whatever, but I just want to be able to, you know, go out and say I did that. And, you know, I also like having explosions on stage and, you know, that kind of stuff. So one day, man, just keep hustling, dude. Just keep hustling.
And is there any particular stadium that is on your mind?
I want to. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I want to play in that one, Brown Stadium, man. Like that's I get there, then, you know, we're cool. But after that, you know, I want to, you know, I'd love to play all the classics. I'd love to play the, or, you know, the Hollywood Bowl, which isn't a stadium, but that's a great place to play. I mean, Wembley Soccer Stadium. Who doesn't want to play there? I mean, you know, Budokan. You know, life goal is to put out a Live at Budokan, you know, DVD or Blu-ray, streaming, whatever. But, you know, that's how you know that you've really hit it. You're like, yo, man, my Live at Budokan's coming out.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Shawn, finally, what would be the message for the fans and the new listeners to your music?
Stay safe, make smart choices. Don't lick doorknobs. Definitely don't lick doorknobs. You know, and I think it's, you know, folks have been crazy recently, and I think that there needs to be a more focus on unity and good times, and less on tearing people apart and doing dumb stuff. I mean, you know, call me crazy, and a lot of people do, but I'd be of the mind that, you know, with everything that's been going on in the world the last year and a half, that people would come together, and sometimes that's not the case, but it should be. So I'd like folks to kind of move in that direction for your benefit, for my mental sanity, and for just like the betterment of human beings.
That's beautiful, Shawn. That's beautiful message from you. And Shawn, thanks again for giving me the time today. And thanks for the beautiful music that you've been giving for the musical fraternity around the world. Thank you so much for that. And you have a great day ahead.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.